I want to wear the hair and the makeup, but my wife was like, you can't do that because you're doing a serious thing. And now, if you do get out, you will have a strict curfew. I don't care if Jesus comes down and tells you he needs to ride to church. You get into a car and drive, I will have a contempt hearing. Oh, now we have a problem.
Yeah.
Now we have a problem. If it's an inconvenience to you to have this, and the problem is that when the cat's away, the mice will play.
In celebration of Halloween, I couldn't resist sharing these clips of Judge Fleer showing up to his Texas courtroom dressed as Beetlejuice. And trust me, they don't disappoint. Judge Fletcher might be known for his good humor and lighthearted side, but when it comes to enforcing the rules or dealing with repeat bond violators, he doesn't mess around. It's wild to watch someone get firmly reprimanded by a judge wearing a full Beetlejuice costume. These moments are truly one of a kind. Let me know in the comments whether you think Judge Fletcher crossed a line by showing up in costume, or if you're totally fine with it in the spirit of Halloween. Personally, I think it's all in good fun, but I can already tell some of you are going to lose it over this outfit. Anyway, let's get into it, guys.
Beetlejuice today, Judge.
Sorry?
Beetlejuice. I like that.
I want to wear the hair and the makeup, but my wife was like, you can't do that because you're doing a serious thing, and
I mean,
She's right.
it's one day.
She's right.
Would you think it would have gone bad to do that? Yeah, but let's have fun.
This is not about fun.
No, that's true. I guess that's a matter of perspective, right? You are on bond for a DWI, and now you've picked up another DWI. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, man.
The officer was dispatched to a major one-car vehicle accident. The officer made contact with a witness who observed the motor vehicle had left the scene but was still blocking a moving lane of traffic and had struck a school zone signpost. The officer also observed the defendant's motor vehicle had crashed in the direction moving against the flow of traffic, and the witness identified the defendant as the driver. EMS saw the defendant in the driver's seat of the crashed vehicle with her feet sticking out and the engine still running. Upon contact with the defendant, the officer observed bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and unsteady balance on the defendant's person, along with a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, and general disorientation and slow responses. When asked about the accident, the defendant stated she may have fallen asleep but did not remember the crash occurring. The defendant admitted to drinking and consuming Adderall, and she said that she was the sole occupant and operator of the motor vehicle. The officers recovered 2 open alcoholic beverage containers from the passenger side floorboard.
Drinking while driving?
Yes, Your Honor. And 4 unopened containers. Standard field sobriety tests were performed, HGN 4 out of 6, walk and turn 8 out of 8, and 1 leg stand 3 out of 4. A blood warrant was drafted and executed.
The lab results came back as 0.286.
0.026.
0.206, because there's a big difference. Is it 0.26?
Yes, 0.286. Yes, Judge. Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
That is a very high blood test. Can you run an NCIC? I'd like to know what other kind of criminal history she has, number 1. Number 2, did we have her sign a no driving affidavit on the first one? Because if she did, I'm going to have a contempt hearing.
I don't see a no driving affidavit on the file, Your Honor.
Yeah, well, her driver's license wasn't eligible though on the second week of July.
Probably because of the first and the ALR. Mr. Treadwell, I want you to be perfectly clear about something. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the citizens of Harris County. Every single day, someone dies because of a DWI in Harris County. And I will do everything in my power to protect my city. And if that means putting you in custody because you repeatedly flaunt our bond conditions, so be it. Now, I'm going to revoke your bond, and I'm taking you in. And now, if you do get out, you will have a strict curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And I'm forbidding you from going within a car at all. You will now be signing an affidavit, and if I find that you drive, and I don't care what your reason is, I don't care if Jesus comes down and tells you he needs to ride to church, you get into a car and drive, I will have a contempt hearing. Every time you get into a car, it's up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine. On one ankle, you will get a GPS monitor. On your other ankle, you're going to get a SCRAM device, so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. As it stands now, I'm revoking your bonds and I'm putting a both at $25,000. Do you understand? Which goes with you.
It's one thing to get sent to jail for violating your bond, but it's a whole different story when the judge doing it is dressed as Beetlejuice. I honestly have no idea how anyone could keep a straight face in that situation. Still, this is exactly why I have so much respect for Judge Fletcher. That costume doesn't distract him from upholding the law one bit. He's the same firm, no-nonsense judge, just in a striped suit and green hair. And when it comes to drunk driving cases, you can tell it hits differently for him. I'll never understand why some people can't stop getting behind the wheel after drinking. This woman was already out on bond for a DWI and still went and did it again. It just shows how badly the system needs change. I'm not sure what the perfect solution is, but honestly, if it's your first DWI, spending a few days in jail might make people think twice. Most don't though, and that's why these cases keep happening. Tell me in the comments if you think anyone caught driving drunk should automatically face jail time instead of getting yet another chance.
I looked through his condition.
Oh, now we have a problem.
Yeah.
Now we have a problem. Because now it's very possible I'm putting you into custody for not getting your stuff within the time you're supposed to get it.
Still have one more day today, sir. But I did go and they emailed that I did show up. I did show up to get my scram yesterday, and I was not in the system.
Order in the court,
They said that
please.
they emailed the court, said that I showed up to do it.
Hey, Felicia, can you check out Mr. Newell and see what the issue is, please? You're asking me to take stuff up. He don't even have anything on.
He was trying, Judge. He went there.
I got my
They
GPS on.
denied him.
That's the only thing they put on.
So he went there. I mean, got the GPS, he's doing everything he's supposed to, Your Honor.
I don't own a vehicle.
My concern is public safety.
Understand?
You have a manslaughter from last year, a felony assault, and another assault. And now you have a DWI. You're crashing and burning before our eyes. And what I don't want you to do is leave a wake of destruction in your path. That's what's happening. And I'm going to do everything in my power to stop it. If it's an inconvenience to you to have this, every day there's a death in Harris County because of alcohol-related collisions. It's not going to happen on my watch. Do you understand, Mr. Newell? And if it's an inconvenience to you,
Trying to do it.
the other thing is a lot of the other judges here would make you pay for it. And for this, you'd probably be in the hole around $1,200 a month. I'm paying it for you so that there's no excuse. And you still have yet to have the device on.
As of now, he's currently in compliance. He does have one more day to obtain the device.
Why? He's saying they kicked him out.
Yes, I see the email right here. That's not stated on here. It was stated that.
So let-
that he has conditions of bond and told to apply with the IID condition. He stated to our officer that he lost his job but did not have a card to testify. Does not have money to hire an attorney. He got his GPS and said that he will pick up his scram device. He said that yesterday. And then I don't have any reports following that.
So he's here now. Let's send him down to pretrial to get everything right now. Okay, we're sending you right now to get everything right now.
Yes, it is.
The only thing, Mr. Newell, the only thing I'm asking you to do is don't kill someone, man. That's all I'm asking you to do, you know? God forbid you dig yourself into a 50-year hole because of some catastrophic event. I'm trying everything in my power to prevent that from happening. Do you understand? That's all I want. In time, if you show me that we can trust you, and it's not just, okay, I'm all better, I'm gonna be little bunnies jumping in the woods. No, I need proactivity. To show me that you appreciate everything, then we can talk. But at this time, with the kind of criminal history you have, and the fact that we have a death in 23, no, I don't think that this is unreasonable. You understand? All right, just go ahead, take a seat. We're gonna send you down now to get your stuff. You gotta have it on by at the latest tomorrow. If not, it's not gonna go well. Do you understand?
And just to be clear, you're allowing the changing from the interlock to the portable since he doesn't have a vehicle?
No.
He doesn't have a vehicle to put it in, Your Honor.
So whose vehicle was this that he was driving?
pets.
Are you Dad? Come on up, Dad. Thank you so much for coming. We have quite a bit of issues with Mr. Newell. And it seems that most of them are related to drug and alcohol issues. And I want to prevent anything further from happening that endangers the public. And my fear is that, does he live with you now?
Yes.
If there's a car at the house, he has access to it. And the problem is that when the cat's away, the mice will play.
This hearing is honestly hard to watch because you can just see the father sitting there completely heartbroken. His son was driving his car while drunk, and now he's dragged into this entire mess because of it. One look at his face and you can tell he's a good man. Someone who never imagined he'd end up in a courtroom like this. He looks embarrassed, disappointed, and just defeated. And as if the situation isn't painful enough, you can't help but think about how surreal it must feel to go through all of this while the judge is dressed as Beetlejuice. It's one of the strangest mixes of serious and funny you'll ever see in a courtroom. The dad probably just wishes he could skip past this whole day. But let's see how Judge Fleer handles his ruling.
So if he has access to it, I'm scared that he's going to use it in a way that, and so that's why I ordered him to put the interlock for any vehicle that's at the house that he's staying. I'm paying for it, so it's not going to be anything coming out of your pockets, but my fear is that he just takes the car and something happens that's catastrophic. And I'm trying to prevent that from happening. So that's why I've ordered it. Like I said, nothing's coming out of your pocket. You guys don't have to pay for anything. I just want to make sure that if he gets into a car, we know about it. And that's the only way that I'm, okay?
Interlocks.
And my concern, Your Honor, he doesn't have any bond conditions and the car won't start if it's not blown into. So are you saying he's going to have to start blowing into it as well if he's not allowed to? So he can't drink any alcohol as well, so the father has bond conditions? He's legally allowed to have a beer and go driving if he's under the limit. He has a normal use of mental and physical faculties.
Get it?
But now he's going to have restrictions on him and he doesn't have
I want to make sure that Mr. Newell's not driving, you know? I mean, have you seen the record? We have a death last year. 2 assaults, and now we have a DWI second. I told him that if he's proactive with showing me that he's tackling everything in a mature and adult way, then we can talk about bond conditions in the future. But it seems that with the wake of destruction that he's left with the last 2 to 3 years, it's really concerning, you know, and I feel that he's deteriorating before our eyes, and I don't want it to happen anymore. And you know, my fear is that something happens catastrophic. He gets into a car and just takes off and does something that's just, you can't dig yourself out of. That's all. That's my fear, and I don't want it to happen. You know. Okay. I'm sorry, but Mr. Gold, we'll talk in a couple months. If he's doing well, proactive, come back and we can talk.
So the conditions are staying.
I
mean, you see my concern that it's now impacting his father since it's not his cars. I understand your concern, obviously, Judge. I just have to advocate for my client, and his father doesn't even have conditions.
I'm not begrudging you for it, Mr. Gold. I never will.
Question, Your Honor, though, is does he need a second interlock now? Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to pay for everything for you, okay? So that it's nothing out of your guys' pocket, okay? Just make sure he's not driving. He signed an affidavit not to drive. If he drives, I can have a contempt hearing and he's facing 6 months every time he drives. So please, okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you. If you ever need anything, come back to us, talk to us. We're happy to help you in any way and anything you need, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, happy Halloween.
Thank you.
Man, when Judge Fletcher said Happy Halloween, you could just hear the sadness in his voice. Even though his costume added some humor to the day, this hearing was still tough to watch. I really felt for that dad, just sitting there while his son completely turned his day, and probably the next few months, upside down. Some parents truly do everything they can, but their kids still find a way to go down the wrong path. And that's exactly what the situation felt like. I don't know their whole story, but judging by the dad and his other son, you could tell he's a good man just trying his best. You can't really blame him for his son's choices, but you can see how much it's tearing him up inside. I had to share this because it's one of those moments that's both heartbreaking and oddly funny at the same time. I mean, when else are you going to see a judge in a Beetlejuice costume handing down rulings? Judge Fletcher really is one of a kind. Let me know in the comments if you thought his costume was a fun touch or too unprofessional for the courtroom, because I already know people are going to be split on that. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care, everyone.